Good morning, guys. In the last session, we have discussed the chemical properties as well as nature of compounds of alkali metals. In this class, we are going to discuss an important concept, that is anomalous behavior of lithium. And along with that, we are going to discuss about the diagonal relationship of lithium with the magnesium. We'll start the discussion with the anomalous behavior of lithium. There it is. Anomalous properties of lithium. What is meant by anomalous properties? We know that the first member of every family, the element that belongs to the second period of every family, generally exhibits some of the different properties that are different from the rest of the elements of that particular group. This behavior of the element of the second period is generally called as anomalous behavior. And if you see the reasons, here in this case, in the alkali metals, lithium will exhibit some of the properties, most of the properties that are different from the other members of the family. And if you see the reasons for this different properties of lithium are mainly, you will see what is meant by this. The properties of lithium. Properties of lithium are different from the other elements of the group. This behavior of lithium is called as anomalous behavior. Due to, if you see the reasons, the following are the reasons for the anomalous behavior of lithium. The first reason is that due to the small size and due to high ionization energy, formation of Li+ ions is difficult. The next reason we can say absence of d orbitals. If you see the electronic configuration of lithium, the atomic number of lithium is 3. Its electronic configuration is helium-2s1. As it belongs to the second period, there is only second shell where there are no d orbitals. Because of this reason, it cannot expand its valency or its compounds are different from other elements. Now, another reason we can say high polarizing power. What is meant by high polarizing power? Because of the smaller size of lithium, right? It has a strong positive. Due to the smaller size, it has a strong positive field. Because of this strong positive field, it will polarize us to a maximum extent of the electron cloud of the anion. Because of this reason, most of the compounds of lithium are covalent in nature. Due to its high polarizing power, the compounds of lithium are covalent in nature. And another reason we can say that due to lithium forms strongest or strong metallic bond. Due to this strong metallic bond, it is less reactive. Generally, lithium is less reactive when you compare to the sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, or the first group elements, because of it forms the strongest metallic bond. These are the main reasons for the exceptional behavior or abnormal behavior of lithium in the first group. What are the reasons? Small size. Because of the small size, it has high ionization energy. Because of the high ionization energy, formation of Li+ ion is difficult, so its extent of reactivity is less. And because of the absence of d orbital, its electronic configuration is somewhat different from the other elements. Because if you observe the other elements of the first group, their inner core will be octet, but here it is not having any octet configuration inner core. It is having only the duplet configuration. These are the main reasons for the anomalous behavior of the lithium. We'll see what are the anomalous properties of the lithium. Anomalous properties of lithium if you are talking, lithium is different in the following properties with the other elements, of first group, The first property if you see, lithium is the lightest and hardest element of the first group, whereas other metals are denser and softer than the lithium. Why lithium is lightest? Because of its small atomic value, small size, it is lightest, and because of the strong metallic bond, it is hardest. Whereas other elements of the first group are, they are generally denser than the lithium as well as they are softer in nature because of the weak metallic bond. And if you are talking about the next, lithium is having highest melting point. Lithium has highest melting point in first group. Due to, what is the reason for this? Due to the strongest metallic bond, lithium is found to have the highest melting point. When you are going down the road, what happens? The metallic bond strength decreases, so that their melting and boiling points gradually decreases. Now, if you are talking about the third anomalous property of the lithium reacts slowly with oxygen and does not tarnish even on melting. It does not lose its luster even on melting also. It reacts slowly with oxygen. Generally, lithium do not react or combine with oxygen below 0 degrees centigrade, whereas other members of the family will react even at low temperatures also. Because of that reason, generally we say lithium is less reactive because of its high ionizing energy and as well as strongest metallic bond. Now, lithium on reaction with oxygen generally forms monoxide only on reaction with oxygen. Whereas if lithium combines with oxygen, it forms lithium oxide. If you want to write a balanced equation, this is 4 moles of lithium will react with 1 mole of oxygen to form 2 moles of lithium oxide. It only forms lithium monoxide. Whereas other elements of the family, if you are talking about the sodium can form monoxide as well as peroxide. If you are talking about the potassium even can form as superoxide. When other members of the family are capable of forming other oxides such as peroxide, superoxide, but lithium only forms monoxide. And this lithium oxide is generally less basic. We can say least basic oxide of the alkali metals, whereas oxides of other alkali metals, sodium oxide, potassium oxide, rubidium oxide, these are more basic. This is the least basic oxide. We know that the oxides of the alkali metals are basic in nature. Among those oxides, lithium oxide is the least basic oxide. Now, another important aspect of the lithium is that when you are directly heating with atmospheric air, lithium can directly combine with nitrogen of atmosphere, whereas other members of the family cannot directly combine with the atmospheric nitrogen. When you are eating lithium with atmospheric air, it can combine with both oxygen as well as nitrogen, whereas other elements of the family cannot combine with the nitrogen. They can only combine with the oxygen. It will form lithium nitrate. What is this? This is called lithium nitrate. This is an exceptional behavior of lithium, right? Whereas other members cannot react with it. If you are taking other members, they don't combine. Here there is no reaction. This is an important property of lithium. And when you are hydrolyzing this lithium nitride, on hydrolysis, this lithium nitride will liberate ammonia gas along with the formation of lithium hydroxide. And when you take 3 moles of water, it will form 3 moles of lithium hydroxide and 1 mole of ammonia it will form. This is another important anomalous property of the lithium, that it can only directly combine with the atmospheric nitrogen, where rest of the members of the family cannot combine with the nitrogen directly. Right? When this lithium nitride is added, it will form ammonia as well as lithium hydroxide. Now, if you are talking about the next anomalous property of lithium is that it liberates hydrogen slowly on decomposition of water. It slowly reacts to water, whereas other members of the family reacts explosively. The rate of reaction of lithium towards water will be very less. On reaction to water, generally we know that alkali metal liberates hydrogen gas. The extent of liberation of hydrogen gas by lithium is very slow. And generally on reaction with water, we know that they will form. If you are treating lithium with water, what it will form? Lithium on reaction with water. If you are taking 2 moles, it will form lithium hydroxide plus H2 gas it will liberate. Here it will liberate half mole of H2 gas. And it forms lithium hydroxide. This lithium hydroxide is least basic. Lithium hydroxide is the least basic hydroxide among alkali metal hydroxides. This is an important one regarding the lithium hydroxide. It is least basic, and it is also less stable. Lithium hydroxide is less stable. On heating, it decomposes into lithium oxide and water. Suppose if you are heating this 2 moles of lithium hydroxide, on heating it will be converted into lithium oxide plus water. Right? This is also because whereas hydroxides of other members of the family are more basic and more stable. Only the hydroxide lithium is less stable as well as less basic. On heating, it will decompose into lithium oxide and water. And if you are talking, generally we know that lithium can directly combine with carbon. Lithium can directly combine with carbon to form lithium acetylide. What is this? Lithium acetylide. Here it was, if you treat lithium with carbon, it forms Li2C2. You will take 2 moles of lithium and 2 moles of carbon. This is called lithium acetylide. When you hydrolyze this lithium acetylide on hydrolysis, 2 moles of water molecule will be converted into 2 moles of lithium hydroxide plus along with the formation of H2C. This is called acetylene. It liberates acetylene gas. Hydrolysis of this lithium acetylene will produce acetylene gas. Now, lithium carbonate is less stable, whereas the carbonates of other members of the family are more stable, thermally more stable. We say thermally less stable, right? Less thermally stable. On heating, it readily decomposes to, suppose we are heating lithium carbonate on heating below 273 Kelvin only, whereas other members of other carbonates of this family are highly stable upward temperature of 1273 Kelvin, but it is even at less temperature only, it readily get decomposes into lithium oxide and carbon dioxide. Right? Lithium hydrogen carbonate, अब इसे lithium bicarbonate does not exist in solid state, whereas if you are talking about the sodium hydrogen carbonate or potassium hydrogen carbonate or uranium hydrogen carbonate, all these will exist in solid state. These are solid bicarbonates, but this exists only in aqueous state or liquid state. It cannot be applied in the solid state. This is also an important property of the lithium, that is lithium hydrogen carbonate not exist in solid state. Right? It is clear. So another important property of lithium is that lithium ions are generally covalent in nature. Generally, compounds of lithium are covalent in nature. Lithium chloride is highly deficient and highly hydrated halide. It generally exists in the form of lithium bihydrate. It absorbs the water and retains in the form of crystallization. This water of crystallization is called as hydrated water. Lithium salts generally have the tendency to abstract the water from the atmosphere and retain in the form of crystals. So because of that reason, lithium chloride exists as lithium chloride bihydrate. Whereas other members do not have this ability of retaining water. So this is the exceptional behavior of lithium. Now, another important property is that lithium nitrate on heating decomposes to lithium oxide, nitrogen gas and oxygen gas. Suppose if you are heating lithium nitrate, it will be converted into lithium oxide plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen gas. This is the decomposition. If you want to write a balanced equation, take 4 moles of lithium, it gives 2 moles of lithium oxide and 4 moles of nitrogen dioxide. If you are talking about the nitrates of other metals, where N stands for sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, if you are heating them, they will be converted into, here this is nitrate. What is this? This is nitrite. And what is this here? This is nitrate. The nitrates are getting converted into nitrate, but here you don't get lithium nitrate. What you get? Lithium oxide. This is also important property of the lithium. And another important aspect is that lithium sulfate does not form double salt, whereas other sulfates, they can form double salt, such as, suppose if you are talking about potassium will form potassium. What is the formula of potassium? K2SO4 Al2SO3 taken twice, 26 moles of hydrated. This type of double salts are not given by lithium. Other members of the family will generally form alums. So that what we can say, lithium does not form alums, or as well as lithium does not form double salts. And generally, the lithium chloride, lithium phosphate, and lithium oxalate or lithium carbonates are generally what? Sparingly soluble water. Sparingly soluble water. Whereas other members, that suppose we are talking about the sodium chloride or other phosphates of other alkali metals or oxalates of other alkali metals are readily soluble, whereas salts of lithium such as fluorides, phosphates, oxalates, carbonates and etc. are generally sparingly soluble. To less extent of solubility is there. These are some of the anomolar properties of lithium in the first group element, and we have also seen the reason for this. Because of its smaller size, high ionization energy, absence of Dr beta, high polarizing power, and as well as due to the formation of strong metallic bond, lithium has some of the different properties from the rest of the members. This particular behavior of lithium is called as anomalous behavior. Hope it is clear so far. Now, we will discuss about the diagonal relationship. We will discuss about the diagonal relationship. Diagonal relation of lithium and magnesium. Diagonal relation of lithium and magnesium. We know that generally the elements of second period and third period, which are diagonally opposite, generally have the most of the properties similar. This relationship of elements of second period and third period, which are diagonally opposite to each other, is called as diagonal relationship. So because of that reason, the diagonally opposite element of the lithium is from the third period is magnesium. So because of diagonal relationship, most of the properties of lithium and magnesium are similar. This behavior is called as diagonal relationship, and we'll see what are the reasons for the diagonal relationship. Generally, properties of lithium and magnesium are similar. They are not same, they are similar. What is the reason? Due to diagonal relationship. What are the reasons for diagonal relationship? Right? Reasons for diagonal relationship is that. Reasons for diagonal relationship. First we can say similar atomic size. Generally, if you are talking about the atomic size, or first of all we say similar charge to size ratio, right? Similar charge to size ratio. What is mean by that? If you are taking the charge to size ratio of lithium ion or magnesium ion, that will be same. This is actually main reason for the diagonal relationship, right? You have to take the size of the ion and charge of the ion. If you are talking about the lithium will be +1 charge, and the ion will be of lithium plus ion. And if you are talking about the magnesium will be what? Here it will be your charge of lithium plus as well as, and ion will be of lithium plus. It will be almost equal to what? A magnesium charge of magnesium ion and will be of magnesium plus. Because of this similarity in the charge to size ratio, their properties are almost same. And another reason we can say similar electronegativity. If you are talking about the electronegativity of lithium, it is 1 on Pauling scale. If you are talking about the magnesium, it is 1.2, which are almost similar. And if you are talking about another reason, similar atomic size. Similar atomic and ionic sizes. If you are talking about the metallic radii of lithium, the metallic radii of lithium is 152 picometers. If you are talking about the metallic radii of magnesium, this is 160 picometers. It is a closer value. It is almost the same size. And if you are talking about the ionic radii of lithium, which comes around 76 p. And magnesium plus 2, it is around 72 picometers. So because of because of the similarity in the atomic size as well as ionic size, and due to the same charge to size ratio, the properties of lithium, most of the properties of lithium are similar to the magnesium, even though they belongs to the two different groups. This particular relation is called as a diagonal relation, and we will see what are the similar properties of lithium and magnesium. Now, lithium and magnesium are having following similar properties. If you are talking about the first property, lithium and magnesium are lightest and hardest in their respective groups. Lithium is the lightest and hardest in the first group, and magnesium is the lightest and hardest in the second group. Right? Now, if you are talking about the second property, that is lithium and magnesium reacts slowly with oxygen and does not tarnish quickly. Right? Lithium and magnesium forms only monoxides on reaction with oxygen. This is we already discussed that. Because of the less reactivity of lithium and magnesium, they do not react oxygen readily, and moreover their bright luster will not be tarnished that easily. And on reaction with the oxygen, lithium and magnesium will form only monoxide, whereas other members of their respective family will form other than monoxides, such as peroxide as well as superoxide. Right? What are the monoxide of lithium? This is Li2O is lithium monoxide, and Mg2O is called as magnesium monoxide. They cannot form peroxides as well as superoxides. Right? Lithium monoxide and magnesium monoxide are least basic, and we can say lithium and magnesium can directly combine with nitrogen in their respective fields. If you are talking about the first period, lithium is the only element which can directly combine with the atmospheric nitrogen. If you are talking about the second period, magnesium is the only element which can directly combine with the nitrogen of atmosphere in their respective groups. So, lithium, as we have already seen the lithium on reaction with nitrogen, it will form lithium nitrate. In the same way, magnesium on reaction with nitrogen, it will form magnesium nitride. This is called lithium nitride. This is called magnesium nitride. And both of them on hydrolysis will liberate ammonia gas as well as corresponding hydroxide. And hydrolysis lithium will form lithium hydroxide ammonia gas, and hydrolysis of magnesium nitride will form magnesium hydroxide plus ammonia gas. Right? And both lithium and magnesium can directly combine with carbon. Right? Suppose if you are talking about lithium on reaction with carbon, it forms lithium acetate. We have already discussed this. Right? This is on hydrolysis what it will form. On hydrolysis it will form lithium hydroxide plus H2CO2. In the same manner, magnesium will also combine with carbon. It forms, you need to take 2 moles of carbon, MgC2. This is called magnesium acetylide. This magnesium acetylide also on reaction with water, it will form magnesium hydroxide and plus what it will form? H2CO2. That means both lithium carbide, lithium acetylide and magnesium acetylide will replete acetylene gas on hydrolysis. This is also one of the diagonal relationship of lithium and magnesium. Both of them will directly convert to the carbon and both of them will form corresponding acetylides. Why we are calling them as acetylides? Since they will produce acetylene gas on hydrolysis, we call them as acetylides. Lithium acetylide and magnesium acetylide. And if you are talking about the nature of this lithium hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide, both of them are less basic in nature, whereas hydroxides of their other family members, whereas it may be sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, or calcium hydroxide or barium hydroxide, they are more basic and more stable, and both of them are less stable. Lithium hydroxide are making equilibrator, lithium oxide plus hydrogen, water. Your magnesium hydroxide also is less stable. It will be converted into magnesium oxide plus water. Hydroxides of lithium and magnesium are less basic as well as less stable. On heating, they will produce their corresponding oxides as well as water. Now, if you are talking about the other properties, lithium carbonate and magnesium carbonate are less stable and readily decomposes on heat. That is, we know that lithium carbonate will decompose into lithium oxide plus CO2. In the same manner, MgCO3 will be decomposed into magnesium oxide plus CO2. Another important thing is that both lithium bicarbonate and magnesium hydrogen carbonate, right? This is lithium hydrogen carbonate, this is magnesium hydrogen carbonate. Do not exist in solid state, right? Another important property is that nitrates of lithium and magnesium on heating produce nitrogen dioxide, monoxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen gas. For example, as we have already discussed, lithium nitrate after heating, it will produce lithium monoxide plus NO2 plus O2. Right? If you want a balance equation, take 4 moles of lithium nitrate, it will be 2, it will be 4. In the same manner, we know that the other members of the family will liberate nitrite as well as oxygen gas. They will not produce oxide as well as nitrogen dioxide. This is we have already discussed. In similar manner, magnesium nitrate also will be decomposed to magnesium oxide plus NO2 plus O2. Right? Let us take 2 moles. Right? Yeah, how it is balanced? Total 6 oxygens are there. 2, 4 plus 2, 6. Whereas the other numbers will produce nitrite and oxygen gas. And if we are talking about the sulfates of lithium and magnesium do not form double sulfate. Whereas the other members can form. And another property we can say that fluorides, phosphates, oxalates and carbonates of lithium and magnesium are sparingly soluble in water. These are some of the similarity in the properties of lithium and magnesium, that is because of what it is, diagonal relationship. What are the reasons for the diagonal relationship? The main important reason is that similar charge to size ratio and similar electronegatividity and similar atomic and ionic sizes. Because of this reason, the element of the second period, which is diagonally third another diagonally element of third period will be having similar properties. This particular relationship is called as diagonal relationship. Hope it is clear. So that's all for today's class. Thank you.